If you're in that season that your morning routine is that you don't have one or it doesn't look like most entrepreneurs, it doesn't even matter. Don't even think about what my morning routine looks like. Don't think about someone else's. Just get one together if you can, because I think that is so incredibly important. For your mental health, you deserve it, and I want you to feel good every day. I'm Amy Porterfield, ex-corporate girl turned CEO of a multi-seven-figure business. But it wasn't all that long ago that I lacked the confidence, the budget, and the time to focus on growing my small but mighty business. Fast forward past many failed attempts and lessons learned, and you'll see the business I have today. One that changes lives and gives me more freedom than I ever thought possible. One that used to only exist as a daydream. I created the Online Marketing Made Easy podcast to give you simple, actionable, step-by-step strategies to help you do the same. If you're an ambitious entrepreneur or one in the making who's looking to create a business that makes an impact and a life you love, you're in the right place, friend. Let's get started. Hey there, welcome back to Online Marketing Made Easy. I wanted to check in and see how you're doing. How are you feeling? Like if you had to choose one word, and I was going to say make it positive, but no, be real. One word that best describes how you're feeling, what word would you use right now? I'm going to tell you my two words. Grateful and exhausted. So at the time of this recording, I am just coming off of my Digital Course Academy launch, and it was amazing and wonderful. And if you have joined Digital Course Academy, we are loving you. We are so excited to see you in the groups and get started. You are our priority right now. So just know we think about you nonstop. So I'm so grateful for all of my new students in Digital Course Academy, and I'm very exhausted, as most people are after a launch. And I'm starting to think about creating some content around making live launches easier, because I've never pretended that they are easy. They're so worth it. And I think that you should have a mix of live launching and evergreen in your business. I think both are necessary. I've always had both, and I just stand by that. But I also think we need to be very careful of our mental state and our physical state. And so I'm starting to think of, what would I change in terms of just like, not necessarily the strategy, but how you take care of yourself during a launch. And I've seen some other people talk about this, and I think it's a great topic. So I think that's going to come, because I know right after the launch, I did some things that absolutely helped me recharge and be here working today with you just a few days after my launch. So I might share some of the things that I did. Well, anyway, that's a topic for another day. I didn't even mean to get into that, but I wanted to share kind of how I was feeling, and hopefully you've chosen some words too. I think it's important just to kind of state how we're feeling. Okay, so today I want to share with you the exact morning routine that has transformed my productivity and mental health as an entrepreneur, and how you can use it to boost your own success. Now, if you've been listening for a while, like a really long time, you might recall an episode I did about my morning routine, and it was 5 years ago. So my team wanted me to do this episode, and I'm like, no, I just did an episode on morning routine. Like, I've already done this. They're like, 5 years ago. Are you sure? Yeah, 5 years ago, which is wild. And I also think too many people talk about their morning routine. So you might have like started to play this and you kind of rolled your eyes. But stay with me for a second. I do believe that we all need to figure out our morning routine. Like, I do believe it's so important. So 5 years ago, I'm sure it looked very different than how it looks today. And really the episode was the entrepreneur's morning routine, and including tips to create your own. And in that episode, I think that's the episode I actually had my friends jump in and share their morning routines as well, which is really fun. I think that was the episode. And so why I bring that up is I remember my dear friend, Kate Northrup. I asked her if she could jump in and share her morning routine. And I remember it like it was yesterday. She said, I have two little ones. My morning routine is that there is not a routine. And I respected that so much, because you also have to honor the season that you're in. And she had, at the time, they were very little. They're still very young. but her life looked very different 5 years ago than it is today. So I can promise you her morning routine looks different today than when she was in the thick of it with these two little ones running everywhere and she was learning about motherhood and all of that. So first, have a little grace for yourself. And maybe your morning routine is that there is no routine right now because of your life circumstances, but you're giving yourself grace around that and you're doing the best you can to take care of yourself. But if that's not the case, or you can create a routine, please do, because it makes all the difference. I really do believe that. And so I feel like about every 6 months or so, my life feels different. I'm in a different season. So my morning routine changes. So that's why I think like doing these once a year probably would be great to kind of share with you what it looks like today, because I think that it needs to change. I think if your morning routine has been the same for year after year, I give you so much credit. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. So good on you, but I do need to change things up. I also get very bored with things after a while. Like I'll eat the same thing for breakfast for like 2 months and then I never want to see it for the rest of my life. So that's why I also need to change things around. Okay, so the morning routine I'm about to share with you here, it's been a game changer for my mental health. I recently did an episode that was very hard for me to get through about my mental health and things that I've done to take care of myself. It was just vulnerable and felt very emotional to me. But I didn't mention having a really good morning routine. I forgot to mention that in the episode. And I do believe that my depression and anxiety has improved. Also, I gave like a lot of reasons why it has improved, but one of them would be to have a morning routine. Are you ready to hear it? Okay, so let's get to it. So here's what it looks like. I wake up most mornings around 5 or 5:30 a.m. Now, I always have to preface this to say I do not go to bed a minute past 10 p.m. And if I can talk Hobie into going to bed earlier, I will. I really like to go to bed at the same time as him. And he would stay up till midnight if he was, I was going to say if I let him, that sounds terrible, but like I really beg him to get in bed by at least 10 a.m. and he always does. So I wake up between 5 or 5:30 a.m. And if I have my trainer, so I work out with a trainer 3 days a week in the morning in my house. I know that I'm very, very fortunate to be able to do that. And so 3 days a week, she comes Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And 2 of the mornings she comes at 6 a.m. And one of the mornings she comes at 7. So on the morning she comes at 6 a.m., I wake up at 5 a.m. because I love a good hour to ease into my morning. I like a slow morning. If I could have like a 2 hour slow morning every morning, I would. I can't. But I have a full hour in the morning. I drink my coffee. I do a little reading, a little journaling. I might even scroll a little bit on social media, whatever just like feels right for the morning. And then from there, I drink a bunch of water. And I usually put in my water LMNT or something like that. I need to say this in case my doctor's listening. I don't use the whole pack. She's like, that is way too much for someone who's not like an athlete. So I don't use the whole pack, but I'll usually do a half a pack in my water. And so I drink a bunch of water and that helps me immensely. Oh, and the coffee I drink, it's called strong coffee. So my doctor is Dr. Gabrielle Lyon. And so that's why I said she might be listening because she is amazing online. She does a lot of online programs. She's on a bunch of different podcasts. And so she got me turned on to, it's called strong coffee and it has protein, collagen protein and MCT oil in it. And I love it. So I gave it away. I did a giveaway for 3 of the bags not too long ago. So if you won one, you are so lucky because it's so good. And so I drink that coffee. I have my water with LMNT in it. I think that's how you say it. And I'm feeling good. And then I do one more thing, which is I take my supplements. So I've drank coffee, I've drank water, I've taken my supplements. And now I am ready for my workout. Now, my trainer, Andrea, would love for me to eat a banana or have a yogurt or something before we work out. I just can't do it. I just don't like to eat that early in the morning. But if I'm shaky or dizzy during a workout, then I'll be like, okay, tomorrow I'll make sure that I eat something before I come into my workout. But she would really love it if I did that. And I'm just stubborn about it. Okay, so I do all that. And then on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I work out. And then on Mondays and Fridays, instead of working out, especially Friday, because I don't work on Fridays, I try to always get in a walk with Scout. So Hobie walks Scout most days. One, because if I'm working out and then I have to get ready and work, so I don't really have time in the morning to walk Scout. But more importantly, when I lived in California, this is so silly but true, we had sidewalks in California, Southern Cal. So I lived in this beautiful neighborhood with beautiful sidewalks and I felt safe and cars weren't going to run over me. In Tennessee, especially Nashville, I don't think they understand what sidewalks are. There are none. Is this like a thing in the South? I don't know. But I'm literally walking in the street. Cars like know to go in the whole other lane, like the lane where they shouldn't be in, just to pass me. So my walks are not as enjoyable as they were in California. So I don't do as many. You didn't need to hear any of that, but there you go. But on Fridays and over the weekend, I like to go on walks with Hobie and Scout. Mondays, sometimes I move my body, sometimes I don't, just to see what I feel like. So, but my goal would be to move my body 5 days a week, and I do it for my mental health. And I talked about that in the episode I did, I think it was just a few weeks ago. So I only lift weights 3 days a week. So that's what we're doing. We're lifting heavy weights together. And I only do that 3 days a week. And then the meditation, I do that 4 or 5 days a week. And I wanted to share, I've already shared this, but I use a red light, like a red light panel. And I got it from Higher Dose. And I use an infrared PEMF Go mat. That's what it's called. Infrared PEMF Go mat. So I really, really believe that this mat calms me. It calms my nervous system, but I don't know how. I can't explain the science of it. I could read to you on the website, but that seems weird. So you can go look at it up yourself. But I love laying on this mat and have the red light on me and then using my Calm app for 10 minutes. So I do a meditation while a red light is on me and on this special mat. That is very extra. I know you do not need all of that stuff, but I just thought I want to spend my money on my health. That is where I think the best way, more so than a handbag or new shoes, which believe me, I love. But if I had a choice, I want to spend it on my health. And that's new. That's only over the last 2 years, but investing in a trainer, working with my doctor and doing different things that I feel like will absolutely help my health. I am on it. I'm all over it. And so also I just read my notes and my team actually helped me with this mat I wanted to talk about. And it says it emits negative ions, which help regulate your nervous system, promote relaxation and reduce stress. So I knew it was helping my nervous system. I absolutely feel it. And for someone who's anxious, that's a big deal. Okay, so then the red light, as you know, I feel like it's great for my skin and I feel energized after it. Maybe it's the mat, maybe it's not the red light, but I've heard so many great things about red light therapy. I'm all in. I have a red light mask, like that I'll do 10 minutes at night. And then I have this panel that I love. I'm all in. So all this to say that if I added more, and this might seem like a lot to you, but I think it might have been Alex Hermosi that he's like, I could be wrong. It might not be him, but someone like him, because I'm thinking of a guy in marketing. He's like, here's my morning routine. I get up, I drink coffee, I start working. Like that's what he does. He's like, this morning routine is ridiculous. Actually, I really think it was Alex. I don't think it's ridiculous, but to each their own is what I'm trying to say. I just believe if you add too many things, you'll never do it. To me, this is just enough. But too many things, you're just overwhelmed and your morning routine stresses you out, which is exactly what it's not supposed to do. But I really like to decide what will make me feel great today. I also feel very accomplished when I finish it. I'm not 100% on any of this. I need to be really clear with that. But I feel really proud of how often I do it and I try to hit 100%, but I do it for my mental health. I do it because I've dealt with depression and anxiety, especially now the anxiety more than depression, but it helps immensely. I also want to be fit. I want to be healthy. I want to be around, when Hobie and I are really old on the porch swinging in our rocking chairs. I really want that. So I've got to prioritize my health. And part of that is starting out my morning right. So even when I don't feel like it, I do it. I am proud to say I have never once canceled on my trainer. And almost every morning I don't feel like it. I even sent her a message. I think it was the last day of my launch. And I sent her a message and I said, I want to cancel so badly. Like, I really want to cancel on you. I'm not going to, but I need you to know I am emotionally and physically tired today. So please go easy on me. And she's like, absolutely. And she never does. She's a liar. She never does. But even her just saying she's going to at least gets me out to the gym. So if she's listening, you're a big fat liar, but thanks for humoring me. But I think that the consistency, doing it when you don't feel like it, that, speaking of the Hermosis, Layla Hermosi says, I don't know her exact quote, but the meaning of it is like, it doesn't matter how you feel, just do it anyway. She says this for work stuff, for personal stuff, for working out, physical stuff. Do it even when you don't feel like it. It doesn't matter. I think she says, F your feelings, do it anyway. But I'm just saying, I just won't allow myself to say I don't feel like it. It doesn't matter. I don't care if I don't feel like it. I know I'm going to feel better afterwards. And so I know what's best for me. So I do it. So there you go. And it's taken me a while to get to that place. For about 45 years, when I didn't feel like working out, I didn't work out. So I'm not bragging right now. I had 45 years of not doing any of this. I think that I had a morning routine. I've had it probably for 7 years, but the working out is where I would be really spotty. Now I just do it anyway. All right. So there you have it. Just know that if you're in that season that your morning routine is that you don't have one, or it doesn't look like most entrepreneurs, it doesn't even matter. Don't even think about what my morning routine looks like. Don't think about someone else's. Just get one together if you can, because I think that is so incredibly important. For your mental health, you deserve it, and I want you to feel good every day. So I want to leave you with a challenge. Take some time this week to reflect on your own morning routine. What's working for you? What's not? If you don't have one, what would feel good and fun to you? Or at least like what would feel great once you get it done? And if you have a morning routine, but you're not sticking to it, don't say, I'm going to start it again. Change it. Change it to make it work for you. Prioritize your health, your wellness, and ultimately what will come out of that is better productivity. But I challenge you to either dust your morning routine off to get it to a place that you feel good about it. If you don't have one at all, start one. And if you've just fallen off, but you love the routine you had, let's just get back to it. Whatever works for you. Just don't make it so hard that you won't do it. All right, my friend, thanks so much for tuning in. And I hope you love this episode. It's just a shorty one. I do shorty episodes on Tuesday, longer ones, interviews, or step-by-step on Thursday. So I'll see you on Thursday for more entrepreneurial goodness. Bye for now.